Welcome back to our channel. My name is Jennifer Roblin and I am an anxiety specialist and therapist. In today's video, we are talking about the fight and flight anxiety response, specifically on understanding it and how we overcome it. So please do hang around till the end of this video as I will be sharing lots of top tips and strategies with you. So when we are stressed or anxious, the fight or flight anxiety response is triggered in our body by one of our senses. So anything you see, hear, smell, touch, taste, or even imagine could be perceived as something that will cause us harm and be a threat to our survival. Now, this could include external stressors such as work, money, family time, societal or cultural norms, expectations and experiences of discrimination. The list can go on and on. There are also internal stressors, for example, negative, anxious self-talk and beliefs, self-criticism, imposter syndrome, how we see our own identity, as well as past memories and even how we feel about our future. Now, all of these things may be interpreted as potential threats and cause us stress and anxiety. Our fight and flight response is also known as hyperarousal, and it leads to us being ultra vigilant. We are constantly on guard and in a state of hypervigilance, and this is absolutely exhausting and draining. Now, the fight and flight anxiety response can have a ripple effect and disrupt our ability to cope with day-to-day life. So it's really helpful to have the strategies that can help you to overcome it. So if you know a child struggling with anxiety, or you are struggling with anxiety in the workplace, you may wish to download one of my ebooks because that will be able to help you with more specific support. You can find the links to both of them in the description. So what happens when we are in the fight and flight response? Well, the anxiety response is the physical and psychological shift that happens in our bodies when we encounter one of these threats. So it is an evolutionary adaptive response to anxiety that helps us to cope with whatever is going on in our environment, and is specifically designed to keep us safe. It's designed for our own survival. So humans have it, mammals have it, even reptiles have it. Now, before I share how to hack your brain to overcome the fight and flight response, if you're getting value from this video, I would love it if you could like the video and let me know in the comments about your own experience with anxiety. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel too and hit that notification button so you get notified every time I release a new video. So, understanding why we have the fight and flight anxiety response is really helpful. We need to go back in time really to at the time when we lived in caves. We needed to know where the tiger was. We didn't need to know what it was like to go skipping through a field of flowers. We needed to protect ourselves from danger. It was super important that when we saw a tiger, we instinctively knew it was dangerous. After all, if we tried to stroke it or approach it, we'd end up as dinner. Now, upon seeing the scary tiger, our stress response is immediately activated and our sympathetic nervous system sends a flood of neurological and hormonal activity into our body so we have the best chance of surviving that threat. Now, without this automatic anxious response, we may not even have survived as a species. So, how do you tell if you're in a fight or flight response? Well, your sympathetic nervous system is automatically activated when you're fearful. The stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, pump around us and our body diverts blood from other parts of the body into our muscles. This enables us to take action and run away really fast. Our heart starts to beat faster. our blood pumps harder. So our blood pressure increases and we breathe more quickly. Our cardiac output increases. This is the volume of blood pumped out by our heart. So we can supply our body with more energy. Our body sends oxygen and fuel to our muscles in anticipation of the need to escape. Our muscles tense and provide the body with extra speed and strength. The blood clotting function of our body speeds up to prevent excessive blood loss in the event of an injury, and our sensitivity to physical pain diminishes. Our pupils dilate to let in more light, allowing for better vision so that we can scan what's going on around us. We are hyper alert and vigilant, focusing solely on the present moment and the threat in front of us. Nothing else matters, nothing. We are instinctively able to recall memories in our subconscious mind that will assist us in surviving this threat. Our logical thinking brain shuts down, as does many other organs that are not relevant in this precise moment. Our digestion slows down. There's no need for our reproductive organs to be active. Our bodies stop trying to grow and repair. This is a life or death situation, and our entire body and mind work together to respond to the perceived threat that we believe is in front of us. So back to the tiger. We then run away from the tiger really, really fast, as if our life depends on it, because it literally does. We either escape or get eaten. That could be the end of the story, right? So after the anxiety-induced fight response comes the rest and digest response. So if we escape, we run back to the safety of our tribe. They hear the commotion and help us kill the tiger or scare him away. The trigger for our anxiety is no more, and we're grateful the danger is over. We are exhausted. We may start to shake as we release the tension from our muscles. We initially try and catch our breath, and then we start to take some deeper breaths. Gradually, our heart rate starts to slow back down, and we can now begin celebrating our survival. The anxiety loop is complete, and we get to enjoy the campfire with our friends, and we sing and we dance and we start to relax, and that's when our parasympathetic nervous system takes over. So our body activates the rest and digest response. This is the opposite response to the fight and flight. And our bodies return to a balanced state called homeostasis. What if sometime later you saw someone from another tribe approaching you when you were out hunting? You would have to decide pretty quickly if he's a friend or foe. If you don't like the look of him, you might decide to fight him off. Again, in much the same way as our bodies prepare us to run, the flight response, our bodies also prepare us to fight back. We fear our safety and decide to attack. It wasn't easy, but we eventually win the fight, and the caveman runs back to the safety of his own tribe. We are exhausted. Again, our legs will shake, our muscles will shake as the tension is released from them. And we'll try and catch our breath again. And then we'll start to take some deeper breaths until our heart rate starts to slow back down. And then we can celebrate our survival once again. So in both the fight and the flight response, you have taken action and used all your power and strength to stay alive. Your body has done exactly what it's designed to do. The key here is taking action and expending all the energy we are automatically given to ensure our survival. That is how you let your body and your brain know that the danger is past. So let's put this into context of modern day anxiety. Before I do that, if you haven't already liked the video and subscribed to my channel, then please do go ahead. I'm always sharing top tips and giving away lots of free resources to manage anxiety. And I'd love to be able to offer these to you if you are struggling with anxiety right now. So please do hit the like, subscribe and notification button after you've finished watching this video. So it's all good news. Our bodies are doing exactly what they're designed to do if we're running away from tigers or fighting off angry cavemen. But in today's world, we are surrounded by far more stressors, albeit they're not generally quite as life-threatening. And we don't always have the opportunity to know for sure that the thing that was causing us the stress and the anxiety in the first place, the thing that caused our fight and flight response, we don't always know if it's over. So maybe you're dealing with multiple stressors that never seem to end. You are juggling so many stresses that you never have the opportunity to relax and feel safe. This is not good news, because if you are feeling stressed and anxious due to your job, you may feel completely and utterly overwhelmed and never have a chance to relax and prove to your body that you're safe. If you don't physically do something to tell your body you're safe, then the stress hormones will continue to flood your body. That's bad news, because our digestive system, immune system, cardiovascular system, musculoskeletal system, and our reproductive system never get the message that they're safe. So what happens when our body is constantly in fight or flight mode? What happens is, if you can't fight back or run away, then the anxiety and the anxiety is caused by, say, your inbox, for example, or your finances, or an annoying colleague, or a test that you've got coming up. Your fight and flight response has been triggered, and you have to just carry on. You can't run away from it, and you can't fight it. If this is happening day after day, then it will have a really detrimental impact on your health. Your blood pressure will increase, which puts a strain on your blood vessels, and that can lead to increased risk of heart disease and strokes. Your digestion becomes sluggish, often leading to irritable bowel syndrome. Your immunity is below par, making you more susceptible to viruses and illnesses, and your reproductive organs are not fully optimized. Chronic ongoing stress and anxiety literally lead to life-threatening illnesses. Now, the physiological response intended to initially save us can actually slowly kill us. So we need to know how to calm down the fight or flight anxiety response. While you are dealing with the stresses each day, your body is dealing with the ongoing stress and anxiety. Knowing that anxiety is evolutionary can help us understand what we need to do to overcome it. We need to go back and look at what they did when we were all living in caves. So the best thing we can possibly do is exercise. If you're working on a particularly challenging project, or preparing a talk, or taking a test, or whatever else it is that's triggering your anxiety and stress, the best thing you can do is exercise, as this releases the additional energy that's been given to us from the fight and flight response. So go for a run, dance around your kitchen, or kick a ball in the park. I like to go cycling and even try the odd hula hooping. So aim to exercise for a minimum of 30 minutes. Now, how often do you need to do that? This is the key. If you are stressed and anxious every day, then you really should aim to exercise every day. It is even better if you can spend time exercising out in nature rather than a gym. Another thing that you can do if you're unable to exercise is progressive muscle relaxation. Now, progressive muscle relaxation techniques work because they release the physical tension we feel in our bodies when we are having an anxious fight or flight response. The exercise involves tensing or squeezing different muscle groups as we take a deep breath in and then releasing and relaxing them as we slowly breathe out. If you feel more tension in a specific part of your body, then you can repeat the exercise several times in this particular area. So I often put a little bit more work into my shoulders. Visualize your muscles relaxing as you release the tension and notice how your body responds. So to practice muscle relaxation, find a quiet place where you know you won't be disturbed. You can do this exercise either sitting with your feet flat on the floor, lying down, even standing. You may wish to close your eyes. Start by taking a long, deep breath in and out, and in and out. And on the next breath in, tense the muscles in your toes by squeezing them tight. And then on your out breath, relax your toes and let it go. Move on to your calf muscles and squeeze and tense them on the in-breath. Notice the tension and then release with the out-breath. In time with your breathing, tighten the muscles in your thighs and then release. Squeeze your bottom as you breathe in and then relax the muscles or feel yourself sink into the seat or bed beneath you as you breathe out. Pull in your tummy muscles and hold them tight on the in-breath. Release and soften as you let out a big sigh. Tense your arm muscles and squeeze your hands into fists. As you breathe out, relax and let the tension go. As you breathe in, raise your shoulders up to your ears and then allow them to slowly drop as you breathe out. Bring your attention to your face muscles next. Focus on the area around your eyes and your jaw and scrunch your face up on the in-breath and let it all relax on the out-breath. Lastly, tense your entire body. Feel the tension and then release on a big long sigh. Relax and let go. Notice how your body feels now. Mindfulness and meditation is another good technique you can use. Meditation releases the happy hormones, dopamine, endorphins, and oxytocin. There are plenty of apps that you can use to help you meditate, and I have several on my own YouTube channel that can guide you. However, if you are watching anything on YouTube, you really do want the paid version, otherwise you get adverts popping up, and that's the last thing you need midway through a meditation. Both mindfulness and meditation can help us stay grounded and centered. Mindfulness is all about staying in the present moment. The goal is not necessarily to get rid of all thoughts, but to observe what is going on in your mind and your body without judgment. Notice the thoughts and show compassion and kindness towards yourself. Mindfulness is a practice and a way of living. We can embrace it in every moment of our lives. It is thousands of years old and has been scientifically shown to influence our health, our relationships, our well-being, and our happiness. Sometimes we can be put off meditation and mindfulness because we believe it's too tricky, but we can all do it, and it is worth persevering as the benefits of quietening our mind are huge. I often think if I'm too busy to do my meditation, that is the day I need to do it most. So pay attention as well as what's going on in your body as you meditate. Another technique you can use is deep breathing. Slowing our breathing down sends signal to our body that we are safe. We're in a safe place. So gently and slowly inhale through your nose, filling your lower lungs and your belly. We often breathe high up in our chest when we're anxious, so we want to reverse that and put yourself back into the rest and digest by breathing into the tummy. You might wish to try it with one hand on your stomach and one on your chest. Your lower hand on your stomach should raise while your upper hand stays still. Exhale through your nose, and as you exhale gently, your lower hand should fall as you empty your lower lungs and tummy. Try to let the exhale last slightly longer than your inhale. And just continue this gentle, natural breathing pattern, concentrating on filling the lower lungs and the belly area. Another way that we can put ourselves back into our rest and digest is through bonding with others. Now, a 20-second hug or a 6-second kiss is a great way to show our bodies that we are calm again. After all, they are both too long to engage with anyone you don't love and appreciate, and they release the happy hormone oxytocin. We can also try being grateful, and we can do journaling. So practicing gratitude reduces stress and anxiety and instead promotes more positive emotions. To practice gratitude, think about something or someone that you are grateful for. It could be as simple as a hot cup of tea, a conversation with a friend, a good book, or a cuddle with a pet. Really focus on this feeling of gratefulness and let it wash over you for several minutes. You can repeat this with as many things as you want until you feel calmer. Journaling also involves writing down your thoughts, feelings, and this can help to get them out of your head and onto paper. Writing stimulates the part of your brain that shuts down when you feel anxious. It's our frontal lobe. That's activating this area, sends signals to our brain that we are calm again. Now, I have some journaling questions that you can download over in the description if you'd like to know where to start. It gives full instructions of how to use it. So, relaxing, light some candles and take a bath, read a book or listen to your favourite music. Watch something funny and laugh out loud. Do something creative, drawing, painting, writing, whatever it is that relaxes you. Sleeping and eating well are absolutely essential too, to give your body the resources it needs to overcome the anxiety-induced fight and flight. Our bodies repair themselves overnight, so ensure you are getting enough sleep, ideally around 8 hours. Understand what is within our control and influence. We can often feel helpless and out of control when we're anxious. So there's a workbook that I've got in the description, and it's all about understanding what we can control and what we can influence. And again, all the instructions are there. And the other thing I'd say is question your anxious thoughts. Again, another workbook, they're all free. We can often jump to conclusions, we can catastrophize and or use all or nothing thinking. So instead of looking for the evidence to support our thoughts, we almost make them up. So you can use the workbook to help you understand and get a more balanced assessment of your situation. So do try several of the different strategies so you can let your body know that you're feeling safe and relaxed, so you can activate your parasympathetic nervous system. So if you do need further support to overcome your anxiety and the accompanying systems, a trained anxiety specialist can prescribe a personalised plan to help you understand the underlying cause of your anxiety, as well as help develop healthy coping strategies that are focused around your own individual needs. Taking care of your own mental well-being is an essential part of your overall well-being, and left unresolved, anxiety can spiral out of control and have a significant impact on relationships, work, school, and family life. So if you want to take the next step to having a happier life, where your fears no longer hold you back, there's a link below and a link over in the description, and you can book a free, no